That was just an overall insane series that went 7 games. And even then, in Donovan Mitchell's first year with the Cleveland Cavaliers, when they faced the New York Knicks in the first round, and they just got absolutely destroyed in that matchup. It was like just like the lights were just way too bright for them. I know there's a meme about that that's been going around for the last couple of years, but this Cavs team is just different. You can just tell like every time that they've set foot on the court. I know they've haven't been as great over their last couple of games, but I mean, when you have 62 wins, I'm gonna have a hard time betting against you guys in the playoffs.
I mean, you mentioned that series going 7 games. I mean, that seems to be the thing in the NBA now that game or series go longer in the playoffs. These players seem to be getting more competitive and more offense rather than defense. But
Mm-hmm.
the Cavaliers seem to have some strong defense too, and that's what makes them special.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely going to help them out when it comes into the postseason, because like what you were saying, Gavin, the NBA, unfortunately, in my opinion, I think this is something that's just been hurting their product, is that it caters so much towards the offense, it makes it harder to play defense. I feel like you could honestly say this about the NFL too, in a way, but and that's kind of the reason why Shea gets called the free throw merchant was because, and I mean this happened with a couple of other players in the past, but a lot of these guys just okay. I'm doing this in air quotes right now because you guys can see, but they kind of flop around a lot on the court. When they take like some very very light contact, and it just kind of just ruins the game in my opinion. And it's like we're trying to have a game where we can seriously compete, and obviously, but. I mean, there's a reason why players do that, and that's because, in my opinion, I think the refs have gotten a little soft in a couple of respects there. But yeah, I mean, series are going to go longer at this point just because the players have gotten better. When it's a lot easier to score in the NBA, scores are going to be higher, and if defense doesn't matter as much, I mean, we've seen how some players get on defense. I know this is something that people get on Luka Doncic about his lackadaisical defense at times, where it seems like he's kind of just standing around. People said that about James Harden too, but yeah, no, I'm just really excited for these upcoming playoffs. I think we're gonna get some great series out of it because like what we were saying earlier, there's just so much talent in this league right now that truly anything can happen. Obviously, we have like the Celtics and the Cavaliers who've set themselves ahead of the rest of the Eastern Conference, but I think we got some great matchups coming up this year.
All right, let's pivot to the Western Conference. The top three teams in the West are the Thunder, the Rockets, and the Lakers. All these teams are favored to make it into the playoffs. But for the Oklahoma City Thunder, we talked about Shea and what he can do for the Thunder and what he can do, in the regular season. But what can he do in the playoffs and how can he make an impact?
Well, the one thing about Shea is that obviously he's a tremendous scorer. He's been able to lead his team to the playoffs these past 2 seasons. Last year, they ran into a bit of trouble against the Dallas Mavericks because it seemed like Luka Doncic was just able to do whatever he wanted to against the Thunder's defense last season in the playoffs, and that's honestly just what kind of killed them. Their defense really just kind of fell off in that 6 game series where they lost to Dallas last year. But here's the thing: they don't have to worry about the Dallas Mavericks anymore because Luka Doncic got traded to the Los Angeles Lakers in that blockbuster trade, as we are all aware of. And actually, I think this game was only played a couple days ago, but the Lakers and the Thunder recently matched up just before the playoffs, where the Lakers absolutely destroyed Oklahoma City in that matchup. OKC couldn't even tally 100 points, which in today's NBA is kind of ridiculous because of how easy it is to score right now. But yeah, Lakers beat OKC by 27 points, 126-99. And that was a game where, again, it just seems like they have a Luka problem. I mean, Luka drops 30 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists in that game. And in that one, I mean, Shea, he still had a tremendous performance on his own. 26 points, 3 rebounds, 9 assists. But the rest of the team, they didn't really look like they came too prepared. I mean, Chet only has Chet Holmgren, one of the star forwards for OKC. He was the number 2 overall pick just a few years ago. He only had 10 points and 3 rebounds in this game. And then Isaiah Hartenstein, 8 points, 6 rebounds. And then Jalen Williams had a solid game, 16 points, 6 rebounds. But I think for OKC, they're kind of starting to figure out some of the issues that they have on their team, and I think I really all it comes down to is just defense against these truly star players. I mean, the OKC Thunder right now are on a 2-game losing streak. They also lost to the number 2 seed currently in the Western Conference, the Houston Rockets, on April 4th as well. So back-to-back losses against the number 2 and number 3 seeds. That doesn't bode very well going into the playoffs because obviously those are the teams that you're most likely going to face if the Thunder make it to the Western Conference Finals, which they haven't done since, man, KD days. Yeah, that was the last time that the Thunder made it was when they blew a 3-1 lead to the Golden State Warriors in 2016, and then the Golden State Warriors then blew a 3-1 lead to LeBron and the Cavaliers in the playoffs.
What happened to the Golden State Warriors? I mean,
well, the Warriors are an interesting team. They started off very, very hot to start this season. And I mean, Steph Curry is Steph Curry, but he hasn't, in my opinion, played up to his level this year compared to the last year. I mean, he's going to be very good regardless, but it just feels at times age has somewhat caught up to him. I mean, you look at their last game against the Rockets, Steph, oh my gosh. I love Steph, man. He was on an absolute tear before that, too. He dropped 52 points against the Grizzlies, 37 on the Lakers, 36 on the Nuggets. And when they played the Rockets, he dropped 3 points on 1 of 10 from the field, and then 1 of 8 from 3. That was a rough one. I mean, you're gonna have like bad games from